Hey Matt, it's Chewy, and it's time for your weekly update. And this week, something pretty exciting happened. I talked about art I was commissioning last week, and kind of my ideas behind that were get a lot of different artwork, maybe make a calendar out of that. I'm pretty sure I went over this. So just as a review, I commissioned an art piece, and now I'm thinking like it'd be pretty fun to have one once a month and have be on my show. Specifically, it's a piece for the YouTube video, and I guess, I don't know, in the beginning when I started the podcast, people were kind of interested in me doing sort of like gameplay footage that plays just alongside doing the podcast. And I don't know, I still don't know how I feel about that. I think it'd be nice, but it's also like I want it to be clear that it's a podcast, and I don't know how long it would take me to export that footage if I were to also add like gameplay on top of that, because already I spend like a good hour and a half exporting what I do make, because the podcast is like an hour long, so it takes a little bit over an hour to export an hour of footage that I do, and that's just like one single image. So, but anyways, that's me going off topic. I am excited because this week specifically I got I guess it was right after we finished recording the podcast on Sunday, I got a message on Twitter from the person I had commissioned the piece from, and it was already done. They worked so fast. Their name is Citrus Lucy, and I think they're from Australia, judging from I paid them, and it seemed like the currency converted to Australian currency, so I think that's where they're from, but they made it so quickly, and it's so nice looking. I've used it everywhere so far. I'm using it in pretty much every single place I can, and like right now, it's the background to my computer. It's the background on any like extra screens I had on my computer. I made it the background on my work computer. But that's just like all the personal places. The thing I wanted it specifically for was to have a new logo for the podcast when people check it out on iTunes and that sort of thing. So it's up there. I essentially uploaded it to Anchor, where I host my podcast, and that distributes the update pretty much everywhere. So it's on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, so on and so forth. Stitcher is one. But yeah, there are lots of different like podcast platforms that it's on, and I've been pretty excited about it because now when people look up Animal Crossing podcast, they'll see mine and they'll get to see this like really cute artwork, and I'm like, how could you not want to click on that? That's so awesome. But yeah, I love it so far. I've shared with my, I guess, supporters on Patreon, because I did the math, and the amount of money that I have received through Patreon added up to the amount that I paid for this piece. And so, I don't know, I gave them a huge thank you on Patreon, just to, point out that this is literally possible because of their support, and I don't know, it's just so cool to have a piece of artwork for Haken. I can't believe I went an entire year, over a year, with like nothing really official. In case you didn't know, my podcast Haken, before having this image, it was essentially just like this little kind of image that I made up. It was my character on Miitomo. Miitomo is a dead app now, but Nintendo had this app called Miitomo, and you could make a Mii, and you could go to people's places and ask questions and answer questions. It was all pretty weird, but there was like this like kind of photograph part where you could dress yourself up and take funny photographs and things like that, and you could change the background and all that. That was what my podcast logo was. It was just a picture of my character doing some pose like that. And I don't know, I guess I just needed something that said like Animal Crossing. I needed something that said, when you click on this show, You're not getting this weird me character. You're getting an Animal Crossing world, something that is really just like that. So I don't know. It's pretty exciting. The full image is now the background of my YouTube videos. Well, not videos. The YouTube podcast. So when I post it up on YouTube, there's a background image, and the new image is that. And I'm so happy about it. It looks so dang good. I can't stress enough how much I like it. But yeah, I guess that was the main thing. I've posted it everywhere. I've used it now as like my kind of portrait photo on all the different social media sites, like my Twitter, Facebook. I don't remember if I put it as my Patreon thing. Maybe I should do that. Because I want people to know. I'm actually kind of typing it in right now just to see. And then, oh, I did use it there. So, yeah, now it's on Patreon too. And yeah, so it's so dang exciting. And yeah, so I posted this, and now this week was huge too because I've just gotten so much support on Patreon. I got a lot of new supporters there, and it's really generous. I mean, I know it's like only $1 from each person that I'm really asking for. They can give me more if they want, but I don't know. It's crazy to me that they'll even just give me $1, and that is so cool. But yeah, I guess that's the big thing there. Other than that, I've been playing Splatoon with my team a little bit. Just yesterday we played in a tournament, which is, I forgot the name of it. I think it's like SSG, but I forget what that stands for. Spawning squid grounds. I don't remember. But regardless, we played in this tournament, and it was pretty fun. We never made it. It's kind of like newer teams that aren't so established, and because sometimes you do a tournament and you end up playing against teams that are just like really good, like those top teams that are so good that they're sponsored even. So it's fun to do tournaments like this because it's like a little bit more low level. People are more your speed, and so yeah, we did pretty well. We won a lot of matches, lost a lot of matches. I feel like we, at this level, like we're finding our groove pretty well. We're learning just like what we can do to improve what we're doing. So yeah, it was pretty cool. The last match we had was actually the quarterfinals. We made it to the top 8 bracket, and we played another team, and I guess our captain, who wasn't there this time around, he said, we've beaten them before, we lost to them most recently, and then we lost to them this time, but I'd say the matches we had were pretty close. There were some unfortunate mistakes in some of them that lost us the win, but yeah, overall, I think we're getting a lot better, and that's exciting. I think it's pretty exciting to be playing a game competitively, because I've never really done that. I've always just kind of played games, and I always think of, I guess I've been thinking of Jackie and I having kids in the future, and I'm like, I'm excited to have kids mostly so I can play video games with people, because I imagine they'll watch me playing video games and then they'll be interested and want to play their own. And I always feel kind of bad because I was a bit of a sore winner growing up, and it bothered Angel, so he didn't want to play with me, things like Mario Party and stuff. So I don't know, I guess now I'm a little bit more aware of that, and I am, I'm just trying to play games with people and have fun and not necessarily rub it in their faces that I win all the time. But yeah, I guess most of that stems from like now I'm playing online, and I get like my dose of competitive gaming, so I don't really have to find an outlet for that, I guess, is what I'm saying. And so now that I have that, I'm just like, I just want to play games with people for fun. And so, I don't know. I think about that because I just feel bad that growing up, people didn't want to play with me because I was rude about it. Which is, it's fine. It happens. But now I'm like, yeah, I think it'd just be fun to play games with people. And there's so many cool things coming out, and Animal Crossing next year, which is, I've always got to mention it to you. Outside of that, we actually talked on the phone recently. This week, this past week, you and McKenna gave me a call, and it was really fun catching up with you. It's been a long time. Hopefully, we can see each other soon. But yeah, other than that, I hope your week is going well, and hopefully, I hear from you again. All right, bye.